Surf, sun, and sand, great food, a Ferris wheel, rides, games, and fun, fun, fun. That's what's in store for you at the Mesquamaket Spring Festival, May 12th, 13th, and 14th at Mesquamaket State Beach. The Mesquamaket Spring Festival is a family-friendly event with non-stop music, including a Kenny Chesney tribute and a Kiss tribute. There's carnival rides, karate demos, commercial vendors, arts and crafts, and even a food truck rodeo. MesquamaKetFestival.org.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Mesquamaket Beach Show. It is another Springfest preview, and I am super excited. My name is Ben Barber. I am your host, and today we are talking to one of the performers, one of the entertainers who will be walking around all day during Springfest this year. He is a man that is known to many as Bricks'O'Brian. Some people know him as Brian Saviano, which is his real name. I know him as, hey, jerk. But that's me. One of my best friends on the internet, Brian Saviano. Brian, how are you? I don't know if you saw Monday's stream with Kevin, but I did not say a single nice thing about you the entire time.
I saw and I heard. No, I'm energized to be coming back to Springfest. It's going to be a very busy weekend for me between being at the show all 3 days and being around in the Westerly area. So I'm happy to be a part of it this year, just like last year, man.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. So in the let me just.
There's the beanie. There it is.
Here's the beanie.
Yep.
Here's the beanie, and let's see what else I can do. So
what's different from this time compared to last year, at least, is that now, hey, there's the background of the children's book that has since been released. I'm now a published author alongside Kevin, who was featured here a couple of days ago on the show. It's Pro Gamer's Guide to Healthy Habits, who Ben has been overwhelmingly supportive of. And a lot of people in the community, actually, because I was doing an event at the United Theater all about the Super Mario movie and held a little Mario Kart tournament and whatnot. And it was a pretty decent turnout, given how quickly everything happened, and a very warm welcome for where I'm at. So grateful.
Tough weekend, Easter weekend with a week notice.
It
was a wonderful event. Some Mario Kart being played.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was a lot of fun. And then everybody got to watch the Mario movie with you, which was fantastic. I don't know why I have all of this merch, but I do, and I think that it was just gifted to me. No, I paid a lot of money for it, honestly. But so last time you were here for Springfest, you had the Kickstarter had happened. You had raised over $30,000 for this children's book.
Yes.
It was a hugely successful Kickstarter campaign, but now we have books in hand. These hardcovers are the whole first edition sold out, or virtually nearly sold out. And now you've moved on to the second printing and paperback.
Yeah, so the paperback version is going to be available at Kevin Hinkle's booth all weekend long. So I will be not only there as Bricks'O'Brian, Brian Saviano, doing whatever for the show, but then assisting Kevin with what he does as a freelance illustrator. So he's going to be there taking commissions and selling his wares, whether they be stickers or prints or copies of the book. So it's going to be a fun weekend of doing all that. And I'm just excited to have fried dough again and not feel out of place for getting it in a non-fair setting. So,
yes, your first experience coming down to Westerly, coming down to this area was Springfest last year.
Yeah.
What did you think while you were here last year? It was foggy.
Foggy everywhere.
Saturday was foggy last year. Saturday was foggy. Sunday was beautiful.
Yeah, Sunday ended up being like very bright, beautiful, like in every way. And yeah, Saturday was foggy, misty, which does not bode well for Kevin's paper products. But I'm hoping there's going to be a better way about it this year. I mean, now I can actually look at the coastline of Mesquamaket, maybe get some more headshots for the dating profiles and professional LinkedIn thing. We'll see.
Can we bring up? Hold on. Can we bring up Smolder O'Brien real quick?
I mean, we could. I don't think the people of Mesquamaket are ready.
Oh,
And
they
everywhere you're
should.
broadcasting this.
They
No, but that was
should be.
courtesy of Allie Woodward Photography.
Nope.
She did a
Woodard.
she did a
Woodard.
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 Woodard? Why did I say Woodward?
I don't know. There's Smolder O'Brien right there.
It's you're doing the picture service.
The cafe.
Is what you're doing
at the cafe.
Yeah.
So Brian, yeah, you are becoming no stranger to the south coast of Rhode Island. But I want to talk about, so that's what you did in the middle of April, but at the beginning of April, you told everybody that you were announcing the second edition in the Pro Gamers Guide book series. And you announced it on April 1st. Tell us a little bit about what happened there.
It was a small April Fool's Day joke I played on my adoring fans and readers. Because a big thing in what I do normally, which is family-friendly gaming content, is all about whatever topics end up coming to mind. One of those topics for the past many years has been taxes, ever since I got a notice from the IRS that was like, you owe us a bunch of money. So it comes up in conversation. So I did a little one-day exclusive poster, Pro Gamers Guide to Taxes, because obviously the kids got to know about how much they can deduct off of their forms and how they are a dependent for parents who are law-abiding taxpayers. So
the amount of children that were in your chat that actually wanted this book to become a reality.
It's kind of awesome, right?
Like, oh my God, Braden kept saying, like, I need to know about my taxes, like, for 2 weeks afterwards. Why? What are you doing to the children?
So, but to be fair, in school, and maybe people listening and watching can vouch for this, you don't really get to know a lot about taxes. You kind of left to your own devices. There's no one, no teacher that's like, hey, this is, how you start up a small business. This is how you do these forms. And I mean, stuff changes every year, but there's no guidance. So maybe one day that can come to fruition as its own book. But as of right now, there is another follow-up to Pro Gamers Guide to Healthy Habits in active development. We have not announced the title, the date, or anything like that, but it is being worked on, and progress is moving smoothly for launch very soon.
Yes, Kevin broke that news to the Mesquamaket Beach audience on Monday that Pro Gamers Guide to not to taxes is in development. Do you think that you will eventually, 5 or 6 books down the line, make an installment about taxes?
I would love to, from the perspective of like a fun thing to do, and for the people that, ideally everything is as successful as possible, right? Getting the word out there and distribution and getting people involved. So in a reality where there's hundreds of thousands of readers and people very passionate about what this book series is, yeah, that'd be really fun to do. I obviously am not an accountant or a lawyer or a tax expert, so I'd have probably someone else with the alley-oop to write the thing and make sure it's, accurate.
You go. Now, I want to talk about for a second. You have something to your left, or your left in my purview. Yes, the wonderful exclusive Hot Pockets micro freezer.
Yes.
There are very few of these in the world, and you got one because you are an official Hot Pockets brand ambassador.
It's another thing I can add to the dating profile in business ventures. Yes, I am a
Hot Pockets brand ambassador is just the dream of dreams for neckbeards everywhere. How did this happen? How did this happen?
It happened as a contest they were holding online through social media, and they invited up-and-coming creators to do a video showcasing not their love of Hot Pockets, but how involved their audience is with what they do, highlighting the best of that. And then I made it to the finals, of which my people voted for me to be a finalist, and I got the most votes. So it wasn't without the help of all the people that listen and watch all throughout the internet, whether it be on my Roku channel, Kidoodle, YouTube. It's all family-friendly gaming videos, so you can watch alongside your kids and feel like, hey, the worst thing he's going to talk about is taxes, and it's really it. or if I'm hungry and I want like chicken parmesan or a hot pocket. That's about as, as it gets.
Are there chicken parmesan hot pockets?
There are not. So if I were to, have my own flavor and develop it, I guess that'd be the flavor,
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm excited to have you here May 12th through the 14th for Springfest. You are going to be there with Kevin. Kevin will be doing custom. So if you want something in the Pro Gamers Guide style, Kevin could do a commission for you, have your kids in any one of these. He could do one of these characters for you. You got Cecilia the cat, you got Cuddles the penguin, and you have Polly the parrot. And Cuddles, can we show off the new Cuddles 3D?
Yeah, so this is the first time we've seen the characters from my children's book in 3D. It's a very unique art style with how Kevin has captured the likenesses here. So this is Cuddles the penguin. This is one of the stars of the Pro Gamers Guide universe. And so this character was originally concepted by somebody in my community and transformed via Kevin into a penguin companion for Brian, who is the star of the series. So it's adorable. I have an affinity for penguins, so I wanted to bring it to life in this way. And finding somebody to do this was very difficult. It took a long time. A lot of scrolling on TikTok, actually, was how I found them. So this is from Slam 3D Print Lab. And, hopefully the other characters will be made sooner rather than later. But it's a very cool resin printed 3D model of Cuddles the penguin.
Will we be able to purchase those at some point?
I have no confirmation one way or another. There's a little test print version that I also have, so it's all white here.
Nice.
Kind of hard to tell in the light. Oh, you can see a little better. Yeah, there we go. It's a
Yeah.
little itty bitty 2-inch version, so maybe more in the future, but I'm focused on getting each of these printed and modeled because having the characters in 3D is very helpful for other things in the future. So we shall see.
I'm excited. What drives you to keep expanding this, right? So anybody that wants to go back and watch any of the 1,000 interviews that I've done with Brian over the last 3 years, you can find out that he has been doing this professionally since he was 13 or on the way up to professionally, millions and millions of views across different platforms over the last 10 years, the last 5 years of which as Bricks'O'Brian, and you'll be celebrating your 5th anniversary this June or July?
July.
This July, 5th anniversary as Bricks'O'Brian. Obviously the children's book, the Twitch streams, the YouTube channel where you have content that goes out every day, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. What keeps driving you to do all of this, to create all of this, to make new IP? You're not just playing video games online. You're building an entire universe for yourself. What drives you to do all of this?
Well, anybody can just play video games, full stop. And then a lot of people can play video games while talking about whatever topics come up. And that's, two separate things, and that requires a skill in of itself. So for those that are out there that might be like, oh, this guy just plays video games. It's like, yeah, but that's not the selling point of who I am and what I do. It is ingraining my stories, perspective, personality, and my entertainment value that I bring to the table, along with these games that are new, classic, that you relate to and want to see me play, and with some level of skill that I've developed for some of these games. What keeps me doing it, between the children's book, between me making content, the thing is that I've seen so many people throughout the years that have made other connections through what I do, where the live streams, people can enter in, have a conversation with me and other people in real time, and that blossoms into other friendships in, my community or into other communities. There's somebody that comes to mind immediately that they met their current significant other because her kids watch my videos, and I'll make a Twitch account. I'll talk to Brian. And there's this other, it just kind of goes from there, right? It's really cool. And my big thing in life is I take pride in those sort of things blossoming. And if I could be the shepherd for people to make awesome connections, friendships or otherwise, then that's wonderful. So it's through me doing this for so long that I've developed the skill to talk to people. I have no formal training. I'm not an actor or anything like that. It's just through 10,000 hours of work and a creative sense to create characters, put them into a world, and make it a cohesive story that lasts beyond my relevancy as Bricks'O'Brian. Maybe when I'm 100 years old, people will like Cuddles the Penguin a little bit more. I'm like, all right, cool. So that's essentially that.
I think that those two people legally have to ask you to be the officiant at their wedding if they get married.
I'd have to be the officiant or the godfather of many weddings and children. So I don't want that responsibility. Not all of it.
I don't know. I love it. So last question. And I know that I know that, like, you know, people that you were doing some Mario trivia at the Mario Party Mario movie event, or Mario Kart Mario movie event. And somebody in the crowd raised their hand because people who traveled from several states away to come see you at the United Theater last month or earlier this month. And somebody raised their hand and said, what about Bricks'O'Brian trivia? So some people might know this that are watching or that have seen this. What is your favorite video game ever?
Favorite video game of all time is a game called Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door on the Nintendo GameCube. It was a game that had a very simplistic art style, but still core Mario, a role-playing game where you're taking turns, you're collecting the crystal stars, you're in a really dingy city environment, which is symbolistic of like how I grew up and how I developed, you know, as a person. Then you get to explore all these crazy worlds with these partner characters that you share the experience with all the way through. And that is my favorite game of all time. And it still holds up today, which I'm grateful to play on occasion when I'm not doing all sorts of videos and live streams and podcasts and sleeping and hanging out with friends and eating lots of pizza and vegetables and Hot Pockets.
Mostly pizza and Hot Pockets.
Mostly
so,
pizza, Hot Pockets.
All right. You know what? That was my last question, but I have one more that's non-video game related. So this morning, I texted about 15 friends. You were not one of them. And asked them a question, and I got so many great responses in my text messages that I then posted on Facebook and asked the general public this question. And then I noticed about 3 hours later that you had stolen my question and asked your community. Which is why I introduced this show by calling him a jerk. Although he is a lovely person, honestly, just not to me. So my question for you is the question that you stole from me earlier in the day. What has made you smile really big this week, Brian?
The idea that I stole your Facebook post and put it onto my feed.
No. What else? What's made you smile this week? What's something big that made you smile?
It was definitely unboxing this Cuddles figure live with everybody watching. I have a habit of unboxing stuff live. Like when I got my hardcover books, I opened it for the first time and I was very emotional because it took multiple years and heartache and everything to make. But seeing this, there's something about seeing your original characters in real life in a 3D environment, and then this being such a difficult art style to master. I've collaborated with so many artists over the years for a commission or whatever it might be, and it's like Lego in the sense that if you draw it, it can look very weird very quickly. And only some people have like a mind and an artistic eye for it. So when it's mastered and it just comes seamlessly, it's like, yes, good. When I found that with Slam 3D Print Lab, I'm like, yep, great. And so unboxing it, I'm like, yes, you get it. So that's an important part of life and business and relationships. Some people, you just got to get it. You just got to understand. So that made me smile.
I love it. I'm excited. As soon as we get off air, I'm going to ask you how much it was to get that 3D printed version of Cuddles, because I want one for my desk. I just won't tell people where I got it. So thank you so much. Brian Saviano and Kevin Hinkle will be at Mesquamaket Beach for Springfest May 12th through the 14th. It is Friday night, 5 p.m. to 11 p.m., Saturday, 11 to 11, and Sunday, 11 p.m. to 5 p.m. Brian, Kenny Chesney cover band, Kiss tribute band, Strutter, Caswell Cook and the Peel and Eat All-Star, Yacht Rock All-Stars. What kind of music do you like? What are you looking forward to listening to while you're talking to people at the beach?
I can vibe with pretty much anything, including the wonderful acts that are going to be there at Springfest this year. So I remember last year was very loud, and I don't know if that was because, some of these bands, not for nothing, have been around for a minute. So maybe they had to higher the volume so we could really hear and get into it. So I may need to bring some earplugs in that respect, but the Kiss tribute band sounds like as long as there's tongue, like Gene Simmons, then it's going to be a great time anytime there's tongue involved. So there you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, performer for all ages, Brian Saviano. And ladies, he is single. I'm sorry, I do that on every live stream and he hates me for it. We're gonna get more profile pics for the Bumble, my friend. Haley says it's gonna be a great time. Thank you, Haley. We'll see you at the beach. And Brian, say it with me, buddy.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Surf, sun, and sand, great food, a Ferris wheel, rides, games, and fun. That's what's in store for you at the Mesquamaket Spring Festival, May 12th, 13th, and 14th at Mesquamaket State Beach. The Mesquamaket Spring Festival is a family-friendly event with non-stop music, including a Kenny Chesney tribute and a Kiss tribute. There's carnival rides, karate demos, commercial vendors, arts and crafts, and even a food truck rodeo. MesquamaKetFestival.org.